Hey guys, Phoenix Spring Tarot. So, as promised, this reading is going to be on, this reading is going to follow up the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary. So, when I did the Vindicated reading, I promised that I would do a follow up after the documentary has aired. So, what we'll be looking at in this reading is what the current energies are. The interview has aired, the docuseries rather has aired. Everyone has had their perspective and their point of view. So it's just looking at what the current energies are now with the Sussexes. So the Sussexes being Harry and Meghan, what's the current energies, what's going on in their camp. Then we look at the royal family and we look at what's going over in their camp. How do they feel about the documentary and what's been said about them? So we look at that, and then we'll just look at 6 months into the future, and we'll just see what's coming up and what we could expect with both of them. So with regard to the documentary, I just want to say that I'm approaching this reading from an unbiased perspective as much as possible. As a reader, I'd always try to do that. If I do take a position, if I do take a side, I would say so. I would say that my position on my side has always been, and you'd know this from my readings, it's always been about the biasness in the media. And I feel that the media can be very biased and lack objectivity at times. And this is something that I've spoken about again and again and again and again in my readings. So that is nothing new. So in terms of my point of view, I would say that. I would also say that if we look at the documentary from a cold, fully objective lens, I feel that overall the Netflix documentary, I feel that Harry and Meghan have leveled up from playing checkers to playing chess. Because I felt that the documentary it hit the targets. Like, if I put myself in Harry and Meghan's shoes, the documentary hit the targets that they meant to hit. It was well researched, it was well argued, their points of view were put across and explained really well. If you sit and watch the documentary at 1.75 speed, you know what I mean? So it appeared that way. They laid out the history of the monarchy, the history of the Commonwealth, and where the Commonwealth ought to go. And considering the 53 states of the Commonwealth, the majority of the Commonwealth being black and brown people, it was very effective. I feel what didn't work as well is when you look at the behind the scenes dynamic of their relationship. There seems to be a power dynamic and an imbalance that you wouldn't have expected to be there between Harry and Meghan, is the best way I could find to put it. Not quite sure at this point where the imbalance is tilting to, but hopefully when we hit the cards, we'd get an answer on that. I also feel that at certain points I was cringing, particularly on the Beyonce, when she read out the text message from Beyonce and the camera just happened to be rolling. And I think another cringy bit was when Meghan said, well, it's your brother. I don't mean to say anything, but it's your brother, so you know. I just felt that it was something knowing that the brother is Prince of Wales and the future king of the Commonwealth, and hearing someone talk about William in that sort of casual, almost passive-aggressive way. Mind you, we don't know the context in which it's set, but I just found that a bit uncomfortable to watch. Or when they were in their cottage and they were talking about how small this cottage was. And when you think that there are taxpayers who are paying for this for you, British taxpayers are paying for that for you. And when you think of the current climate that we're in, which is, we have war just in our backs, backstep with Russia, and we have power outages, and we have one of the worst snowstorms. I think, what do they call this snowstorm? I think it's called the Thor from, I think it's the troll of Trondheim or whatever they call this snowstorm. you know, and people are really suffering with inflation and prices, and you know, we have the world being on the brink of a global recession and financial collapse in 2023, and watching you complain about a cottage, it's just but anyway, that's just me. Let us go into this reading and see what comes up. Right, so let us look into the current situation with everyone, really. We'll see who comes through first. I'm being told that we look at the Sussexes first and look at their current energies, and then we will look at the royal family, which would be William, Kate, Charles, etc. This just jumped out. Death card. Death card. Anytime, and even with the last Vindicated reading, whenever I do a reading on the royal families and you're looking at the state, it's always death that comes up. Always death that comes up. Okay. Let's just see. What is the current energy around the Sussexes? This is what I was talking about in our introduction. There is an energy imbalance, because this is what is the current energy around the Sussexes. We have a prince and we have a queen, right? And that is the thing. There is an imbalance between them, and that's come out really strongly in the documentary. There's a really, really strong imbalance. There is like, yeah, like there's one person who really rules the roost and knows what there's about, and it's a matter of street smarts and understanding the world and being savvy. Like Meghan understands that more. I'm picking up particularly here with this energy, I'm picking up on Prince Harry's side, I'm picking up some reservations here. With this dynamic, they are split in terms of how they feel the outcome of the documentary is gone. I'm picking up that Harry has reservations. I'm picking up that Meghan feels vindicated and she wants to drive things forward. It's as if she's planning off the back of this documentary. Where do we go next? What do we do next? What should we look to do? I'm picking up with this card that she's brimming with ideas off the back of this documentary. Oh gosh. We have the Fool again coming up with these two. Like they feel particularly, remember I said she has new ideas coming up, and we have the Fool, and the Fool talks about those new beginnings, right? So that's something I wanted to clarify as well. It's also that with this Fool, whenever I've done readings with the family, I've used this deck, and with both of the Sussexes, the Fool always comes up with them. It's like they're constantly doing resets with themselves, resets with their image. And it's always about new ways to sustain themselves, new ways to be viable. That's what's coming through. So expect a lot of new things coming up in the works. And I'm being shown here that it's really Meghan with the Queen of Pentacles who is pushing that. She's the one pushing all these approaches. Harry's coming through as the prince. Like you have a prince and you have a queen, but in the tarot, in terms of tarot, you have princess or pages, you have knights, and then you have the king and queen. So for him to come through as a prince, you're being shown someone who is not as emotionally evolved or matured or aware. That's how Prince Harry is coming through. Okay. So she's just taking the reins. What else about their energies? Okay, King of Pentacles is coming through. They have, I'm being told that at some point, I'm being told a couple of months ago, they changed, either they got a new management team or they have a new PR person. They have a new someone. They have someone new, and this is that person here. This is not Harry. This is not Harry's energy whatsoever. But this king, look at this. This king is working in tandem with Meghan to bring in a lot of new ideas with this Fool energy, new starts, new beginnings, new branding, new way of putting ourselves across. And this person here, whoever it is, they are very, very savvy. They're very savvy, they're very... I'm just being charismatic. I'm just being told the word that they're very savvy. Whoever that new person is very savvy. It would be good to know. I don't know whether they've changed their team, whether it's their publicist, whether it's PR, whether it's... But I'm picking up that this person is more a person who cuts the deals for them. It's not really PR per se. They may have an influence, they may have a say in terms of their PR, but I'm picking up that this person particularly cuts the deals for Harry and Meghan, and Meghan is and him and Meghan are like hand in hand. Okay, what else for the current energy of the Sussexes? What else with their current energy? Five of Swords. This is to be expected, which is Five of Swords talks about complaints. Let me just do a bit more. What else is in their energy? What else is in the Sussexes' energy? We may be ready to move on to... Yeah, that's what I was saying. We may be ready to move on to the royal family. That's what I thought. Yeah, we're ready. Okay, so that's the Sussexes' energy above. So let's go into the royal family. What's their energy? It's interesting, you know, with the royal family where they say that... It's interesting, they say with the royal family, oh, the Sussexes are putting all this and that against the royal family and they don't have the power to respond or reply and everything else, and that is not true. They do feel, however, hurt and lambasted by this. Like, the media may be painting a picture that discrediting the documentary, and they've really put their hounds on the Sussexes to discredit the documentary, while giving the impression with the magician that their hands are clean. That's what I'm picking up with the royal family here. You know, so they're happy to play the victim, the royal family, woe is me, and so on, but behind the scenes, whenever the magician comes through or the emperor comes through, that's always the firm, the institution. The magician is someone who is like a PR person who can make something appear differently to what it is, right? So that's the press. So there is... So, and we have the Five of Wands and the magician coming up with the Five of Wands. So when people say that the royal family are not fighting back, they are very much with this five fighting back, but they're doing it in their way. They have a very underhand, very subtle way of getting their point across, and they know who to use, whether they use the media, whether they plant the stories, whether they pull strings in the background. That's what they're doing in terms of the royal family in the background. Like with this, I'm being drawn to this infinity symbol here. Like when they talk about the men in grey suits, like they have weapons, the royal family, in their arsenal that the Sussexes just would not have. So they know how to, and they're very patient as well. So it's as if, because I'm seeing with the Fool and with this Five of Wands, if they're looking down the road to bring out any business idea, any future venture, any future this, that, and the other, they will have their subtle ways of undermining it. That's what I'm trying to pick up with the royal family. Sorry, don't shoot the messenger again. All messages are alleged until proven fact. I am just I'm just reading the cards and what I see. Okay, what else is the current energy of the royal family? And we have, well, the Hangman came out first. We have the Hangman and the Chariot. So this says that even though that they are with the magician trying to paint a picture of serene and not engaging and so on, behind the scenes, there is a lot that's going on behind the scenes that we are not aware of. And also they are painting the picture of not engaging and just keeping things pushing with this Hangman. Not engaging but putting things pushing. However, I feel that they would want to give an impression of not engaging and just keep things moving. They would want to give that impression. However, I feel that there is someone or a group of people who are subtly trying to encourage a change of approach or a change of tact. And I'm being told, yeah, a change of approach or a change of tact in terms of how they battle with the Sussexes. Dare I say, in the next couple of months as well, we could expect almost like a truce coming through with them also. We could very much expect a truce to come through. Some sort of a truce, that's just what I'm seeing here. And the truce would be pushed from the royal family side. That's what I'm seeing here. Like later on, this is coming up in the future, there is going to be a truce. And the both of them may be going hand in hand, almost in tandem. Both of them here. Royal family and the Sussexes going hand in hand. There is going to be a truce being called, or an approach to a truce. Either they will tell the media to calm down. I don't know how they're going to do it. What's going to be the truce? Let's ask that. What is the truce going to entail? It's going to be publicized, actually, this truce. Because we're asking the question, what is the truce going to entail? It's going to be publicized. Notice that Meghan came up as a Queen of Pentacles and a Princess of Pentacles. It's as if like something of a rehabilitation of someone's image. I believe this is Meghan's image. Like she's going to be front and center and she's going to be exactly where she wants to be. That's going to be part of the rehabilitation. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm saying. Ace of Cups. That's what I'm saying. There is some new beginning and some truce that's going to be called here. This is exactly what I was saying. But on the Sussexes side, all of this is alleged until proven fact. That truce, this is exactly what I was saying, is not going to be enough for a particular person with strong female energy. This truce is not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. And someone is going to, like, there is not enough power. It's a matter of not getting things done my way. It's not going to be enough. And then in someone's eyes, things are really going to be revealed. The reason why I say this is because I saw a prince coming through here and I didn't know who this Prince of Wands was. But I believe that it's the card's way of saying, we had a prince here starting off with Harry, we have a prince ending here. And someone is going to want a truce, like Prince Harry would be very happy to have this truce. If this truce comes through, this truce is not going to be enough for Meghan. Because what I'm being told is because Meghan has moved from being a queen here. She would move from being a queen down to being a princess. So it's as if Meghan, with this truce, wouldn't have the power or the authority that she feels that she ought to have. This is future, guys. I'm in the future here. Like she wouldn't have the authority or the power that she feels she ought to have. And that it's as if her true nature is going to be revealed to someone. And dare I say it's going to be to Harry. All right. So that's the nature of the truce. Anything else about the energies? What about the institution? No, the media. No, let's go to the institution first and then the media. Okay, so what does the institution feel about this documentary? What does the institution feel about this documentary? There is more truth in this documentary. Yeah. There is more truth in this documentary than we realize. That is what comes. There's more truth in Harry and Meghan's documentary than we realize. So the question is, what does the institution or the firm or the Greysuits think about the documentary? We have the Queen of Wands and we have the Two of Cups. So Two of Cups talks about people being in cahoots with each other, right? So you have the institution, the firm with that crown, being in cahoots with the press, with the media, in order to cause this level of disruption to the Sussexes. Right? Three of Cups, people who are celebrating their cahoots. They are, again, we have the two people like they're in a relationship. Here we have the two people or two parties like they're in a relationship with each other. Very, very close relationship. And we have with the Eight of Pentacles. So Eight of Pentacles here shows, Eight of Pentacles is when you work really hard at something, like you're a seasoned pro at something. So the institution and the press are very good friends at working with each other. So this has unveiled that, like there is a lot, when we look at the documentary, we are grabbing onto low-hanging fruit, or the general public would be grabbing onto low-hanging fruit. People don't understand the scale, the gravity, the depth of media bias and lack of objectivity. People don't really understand it just yet. It's almost as if people have a... And yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, look, Four of Pentacles. This is to my point with the Four of Pentacles at the back of the deck. So Four of Pentacles is when you have that. Let me show you the Four of Pentacles in this deck. Hopefully I can get it. Hopefully I wouldn't have to go through too much to get a Four of Pentacles in here. Because the Four of Pentacles in here would... Please don't let it be. This is a very, very important point because it's a point that I go on and on and on and on and on about. So that's Eight of Pentacles. So that's the Eight of Pentacles here. So this is someone who is very seasoned and conscientious in terms of what they do and working. So that is the institution or the firm and the media, especially the tabloid media. They have that relationship that really serves both of them really, really well. There is more truth in that documentary than... Oh, goodness. I'm so sorry. I can't find... There we go. Four of Pentacles. This is the Four of Pentacles. So this talks about knowledge that press, the institution or the firm and the media know, but they keep it to themselves and they don't reveal it. They reveal what they want to reveal. And generally, it has been to the detriment of not only the Sussexes, but a number of people. With that Ten of Swords. The media and the institution have really caused them, the Sussexes, a lot of pain. This card represents the Sussexes. And it's something that came up in my Vindicated reading. Whether you feel the pain is justified, whether you feel the pain is not justified, I'm not here to, rationalize that. What I'm saying is, I'm just putting out there what the cards are showing. Okay, what else could we expect? What else can we expect? Final messages on this situation something that we may not be aware of. Actually, Wheel of Fortune, eh? Something else that we may not be aware of. Yeah, that's what I talk about. The level of, yeah, that's the mediation that's coming through. They are, whether we get to be aware of it or not, there is a mediation that is going on here. However, they may be painting it out in the press that it's not happening, but it is. Dare I say, both sides, the Sussexes and the royal family, are even talking now. They're talking now. But there is something, anytime, and if you look through my past readings, it comes to the Sussexes and the royal family talking, Seven of Swords always comes up. there is someone in either both camps or in one of their camp who either they sabotage it, or it doesn't go according to plan, or something goes wrong. But anytime I have done a reading where there's some sort of mediation, the Seven of Swords always comes up. It always comes up. But it's coming up here that they are mediating now. And both sides feel very betrayed and both sides feel hurt by this. But there is mediation going on. It's as if someone with the Wheel of Fortune, somehow the mediation comes up, or there is going to be an opportunity or some event that triggers the outreach or triggers this mediation, because we have two powerful, oh my goodness, look at that. The Temperance card has come out twice. That's what I'm saying, guys. The Temperance, and we have the Eight of Wands. There we go. The Temperance card has come through twice, which talks about talking, negotiating, discussing things, compromising, hearing other people's point of view, peace, temperance. This card has come through twice. We have the Eight of Wands that's come through twice. This peace negotiations between the two families, it may be out of the press, but it is happening now. And the reason being is because for the royal family, with the Star and the Ten of Wands, irrespective of whatever the media is doing to protect the institution and the firm, it has still caused them a lot of damage. It has caused them a lot of damage. And then we have this Eight of Wands here, Eight of Swords, sorry. This is Harry and Meghan, and dare I say, I'm being told the phrase to end this reading that this is their relationship. And I'm going to end this reading on that note. Oh my God, look at all of this. Guys, let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you in future readings. Bye for now.